Hi, it's Michael. Thinkingness keeps you locked up. The mind is constantly busy. Yes, your mind, everybody's mind is constantly busy thinking about the past, the future, about ideas, just la 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 la, just to keep busy. Evaluating events, coming up with fantasies, with daydreams, constant busyness. All this is actually not healthy and affects us in a way negatively, which will be explained. So it is said that our natural state is silent, peaceful state, and if you meditate, it becomes, at least after a while, it becomes quite obvious that it is so, that during deep meditation, when the mind is completely silent, or at least mostly silent, then there is a feeling of immense comfort and joy, which is not experienced when the mind goes and yet there are people, perhaps most people, if not all people, that equate thinkingness, busyness of the mind, with beingness. Recently I was talking to a guy, extremely smart guy, very well educated guy with an engineering degree and having a very high position in a company, and extremely smart, intellectual guy. And when telling him about meditation and about non-thinkingness, about no thoughts, his reaction was, well, if I would have no thoughts, if the mind would be quiet, what would be the point of me being? So this is actually quite hilarious and tragic at the same time, because our natural state is quiet, silent, peaceful. And what all this busyness does is, when the mind is busy, the body tenses up, the breathing becomes tighter and irregular, and the body can slump. Instead of being nicely relaxed straight up, the body can slump. And because the body is tighter, locked up, kind of like in a vault, the life energy cannot flow as well, the nervous system cannot work as well. If the body slumps, then the spine, the energy cannot flow along the spine as efficiently, and it can eventually even snowball into negative emotions like fear and doubt and depression and apathy and anger and stuff like that, destructive emotions. So what seems to be as kind of irrelevant thing, like a busy mind, actually is quite a big deal. And if the intention is to evolve spiritually, then this busyness of the mind has to be transcended. Now, Dr. David Hawkins reported that Buddha said that the mind, the brain actually, or the mind, they are extremely closely related, is the sixth sense. So we have 5 physical senses, and the mind or the brain is the sixth sense, and all this busyness of the mind, the thinkingness, is actually an addiction to this sixth sense. So how to transcend this, how to get out of this? Well, enlightened teacher like Osho and so on, they recommend meditations. And one way of helping to diminish this thinkingness and transcend it is to so-called follow the breathing. So allowing the breathing to be relaxed and deep, not forcing it, just allowing it to be naturally relaxed and deep. And it will be noticed that when the breathing is relaxed and deep and regular, then it is very hard to think. It's almost impossible to think. And so as the breathing is relaxed, regular and deep, you melt, you relax into the breathing, you relax into it, you melt into it. And you will find out that the thinkingness diminishes, and your awareness expands. That's another thing, is with thinkingness, your awareness is like a tunnel vision. Your awareness is focused on the thinkingness, and it kind of blocks out the rest of the existence. Yet when you're in a meditative state, like a relaxed, deep breathing, that you relax into it, the awareness expands. Your awareness expands, and you become aware of more what's going on in your body, and so on, of the sounds, and the peripheral vision expands, and so on. So it is extremely beneficial. And also, let's not forget that all positive and helpful ideas come from the spirit. All of them. The mind picks them up, the mind hears them and repeats them, and takes ownership of them, considers them its own. Oh, I just thought of this. Or somebody comes up with some really helpful invention, and if the person says, I invented this, bullshit. No, you didn't. It was the spirit that put it in your head, so to speak. Your mind picked it up and then repeated it. Now, during this process, many times the mind can easily distort the picked up idea and distort it, color it, so it doesn't come fully clearly as the spirit put it in, okay? So that's good to be aware. So positive, helpful ideas are not your own, they come from the spirit. Yet, paradoxically, actually, you are the spirit, not you as the body mind, but you as the beingness, as the presence. You are the spirit. So in a way they do come from you, but not the way that you see yourself right now. So that's about it for this talk. Just would like to again repeat that one of the most positive tools or kind of relaxed states of the body is to breathe deeply, regularly. Just let the body be that way, don't force it, and relax into it, sink into it. Now this can be done during all activities, whatever, driving, doing the dishes, walking, working, whatever is being done. This just especially in the beginning, it may be good to be aware that during driving, for example, if you slip into this relaxed state, one can kind of what seems to be like doze off or like sleep. So one has to be careful not to like fall asleep or not to doze off. But as one becomes more proficient in it and it becomes more natural, because it is natural, it is our natural state, then it becomes kind of automatic and second-hand, and this kind of danger, not danger, but this kind of side effect of possibly sleeping or dozing off diminishes greatly. Anyway, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below the video. And that's it for this talk. Michael, out.